The Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg has heard that the exclusion of Dr. John Hlophe from the imminent Judicial Service Commission sitting is justifiable and is not as a result of the JSC. However, rather is due to a binding Western Cape High Court full bench judgment, which in the interim interdicts Hlophe from participating in the JSC's processes, pending the review of his designation to the JSC.
While the courts in 62, while the courts have acknowledged that the list of office bearers composing of the JSC is carefully structured, the cases confirm that the absence of the JSC member does not, without more, invalidate the proceedings of the JSC or its decisions. And that's where we tend to the relevant judgments, because they make it very clear that it is only when the absence lacks proper justification that there might be a nullification of JSC proceedings and decisions. But where there is proper justification, there isn't.
The DA, which echoed similar sentiments, argued that the JSC's decision to not accede to the postponement request was rational. This as the JSC weighed out the risks and the costs of granting a postponement.
And what I decided is, well, is there a risk that if we go ahead with this hearing, that our decisions that we make will be compromised in some way and may be liable to be set aside? And I had to take whatever risk it thought might exist and weigh that against the cost of granting the postponement. And the cost has been set out in detail, and it's obvious. There's a cost to the administration of justice because judges will not be appointed, and there's fruitless and wasteful expenditure of 3 million rand at least. So those are the obvious costs, and that's what the JSC was doing.
It is the MK's position, however, that Hlophe has a constitutional right to participate in the October sitting, and that its case is about the constitutional impact of the Western Cape High Court order, which in the interim bars Hlophe from attending the JSC sitting.
But what this case is all about is about the constitutional effect or the constitutional impact of that order. We're not attacking the order. We're simply saying its constitutional impact results in the JSC as matters currently stand being improperly constituted. That's really all. It's that simple.
The order, which will bring clarity to what the JSC ought to have done in light of the interim interdict, is expected on Saturday afternoon. Canny, Maphanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.